Welcome back to Big Crown Energy. I'm Angela, and today I'm doing a hashtag that Miss Kulala's Mystical Musings has put on. It's very evocative, and it is called hashtag Questions for the Querent. And she compiled 10 questions. Um, she compiled 10 questions, and you would pick five. So I've picked five here. I'll link her video down below where you can get all 10 questions, but I'm just going to speak about the five. She talked about her time on the like a psychic hotline or a tarot hotline, and these were pretty common questions that would come up. And the idea that she presents is not only showing the decks, but how are we using them? And I also thought this would be perfect for me to highlight that I started a second channel called Big Crone Readings. I'll link that down below too, and I'll be posting to that, and you'll kind of see my process of how I read the cards and get to know the cards. So if you do like to have those kind of, I do pick a cards. I've done a pick a card so far, and I've done just a regular reading. So if that's something you're interested in, please check that down and subscribe, like, and comment over there. And please do it here too if you agree with this, if you understand the process. If you have a different process, let me know. So the first question I picked is, why do I keep attracting unemotionally available partners, and how can I change this pattern? So I picked the Witchcraft Therapy Oracle and the re-envisioned Smith-Waite Tarot. This is off Make Plain Cards. This is off Amazon. And so this deck is broken down into sections. So it's mindset, energetics, spirituality, and connection. So in this, you can get off Make Plain Cards. It's a Rider-Waite Smith, but they've changed the backgrounds. So, okay. So let's take a look at this. Hold on, I'm gonna pause. I'm gonna sneeze. Probably not best to sneeze in the middle of a querent's question, but sometimes you can't help it. All right. So, why do I keep attracting unemotional available partners? Please give me a core reason as to why emotional available partners keep getting chosen. Oh. Ah, they're clumping. Okay. Please give me one that, actually I feel like this one. So it says meet yourself. So I would pull out the book and I would read for the querent what this says. And it says, revere the otherworldly, transcendent being that you are. Although many of us go through life feeling lost, the truth is that all things are accessed through the portal of our consciousness. We are indeed the gods and goddesses of our own lives, and when we offer up our prayers and reverence, we should remember to give some of the respect and devotion to our magical little selves. This card is a reminder to acknowledge your own divinity. The spark of magic truly lies within you. You are a powerful creator of your destiny, and you're your own sacred gateway to the divine. Can't you see what a holy and otherworldly creature you are? Although we are bound by the messy and feral glory of the human experience, we all have another dimension. How can you worship the inner spark of divinity that lies within you today? It's time to move past whatever bullshit is dragging you down and bask in the reverence of your own higher self, which is always present and working for your benefit. Acknowledge the divinity within and allow it to be your compass and North Star. So then I would ask the querent if this resonates with them, if there's something within themselves that they are not liking, that they are not accepting, and this is causing them to pick unsavory partners, or be emotionally attracted. Is there something in them that they feel they lack and they're trying to seek, but the other person maybe does have that quality, but then they have so many other unattractive qualities that they try to hold on to it? Just have a conversation. And then how can they change this pattern? How can they change this pattern? How can they... Oh. They can change this pattern. We've got the Seven of Swords and the Nine of Pentacles. So they can choose to leave that behind, take their worries and their concerns and their things that are holding them back, and look in. This person is hunched over. They're looking sad, and I want to say introspective, but they're leaving away. So leave behind those things about yourself that you're not meeting, and go on a forward journey of self-discovery. I think that's one way you could definitely change it. And then another way to change it is just to see, what gratitude, what good things do you have about yourself? How are you basking in your abundance and your resources? And your abundance could be anything you're grateful for. And I think those are two ways, kind of gives them two directions, puts the power back in them to make those changes. So that is how I would read that. All right, so the next one is, my relationship with a close family member is strained. What role am I playing, and how can I begin to heal or create better boundaries? So I've got the Anima Monday tarot, which I just recently got off eBay secondhand. Love this deck already. I'm going to have the snipples because I sneezed. And then I'm going to pull an oracle from the Herbal Whispers Oracle, Magical Herbal Whispers Oracle. This is from Make Playing Cards as well. And this is done by Amethyst Ascension. And this is what this looks like. So I think they pair nicely, but that's just my opinion. So let's see real quick if we can figure out about this relationship with a close family friend. Why is it strange? Why is it strange? What is the core idea of why it is strained? Oh, I would say we got these two cards. These are both twos, Two of Pentacles and Two of Wands. So two is you're building on something. So you're planning and building. So I would read this as the strain comes from just misunderstandings. You guys are in early stages of communication. Both of you either one of you lacks passion to really vocalize and to think about what they want to say and advocate for themselves. And the other person is overconfident and knows what to say, but doesn't have a proper plan on how to properly say it. They just kind of go off the cuff, don't care what they hurt people's feelings. And this person has the passion to want to communicate correctly, wants to develop that relationship. And this person just feels like they already have that relationship. And so they don't need to work on it. So there's definitely a lack of communication, I feel, in these two cards. Let's see, what role am I playing in it? Let's see here. Let's see what role the Querent is playing in it. Please tell me what role the Querent is playing in it. and the Ace of Pentacles. So the role that they're playing into it is they're really at the beginning stages of where, like, they need to pull into and start the beginning stages of being closer to how this person communicates. Just being able to say what you want to say, think how you want to think, and do what you need to do to get your point across. Being open to taking the bad and having some bumpy times, because this is a new beginning. This is something new you're trying out, but definitely something that you need to be more like. And I realize that this isn't like a traditional, like the meanings and whatnot, but this is the intuitive hits I'm getting, that the pentacles represent the other person and the wands represent the querent. So definitely this is saying communication style. Don't lose your communication style, but begin to be more open to the positive side of this communication style. And then, how can I begin to heal or create better boundaries? How can I begin to heal or create better boundaries? And that is feverfew, relieve headaches, create a feverfew tincture to alleviate migraines. Okay, that. Well, that to me wouldn't work at all. So sometimes things don't work out. And you go, what the hell? Maybe I would go, is this causing you headaches? Is this causing you emotional strain? This is when, as the person giving the reading, you think to your head, what the hell? But the more I sit with it, the more I get past the what the hell part, which I've already put it in here, back in here, is, this is going to lead to headaches. You need to, it's going to affect your physical health. You need to lead to, healing it by taking care of yourself, knowing your worth, and, alleviating any tension, stress that you're having from it, and going with that. So that was in real life time how I panic. Anyway, we'll go on to the next question. I'm going to sneeze again, so hold on. And the next question I have is, I feel lost or disconnected from my purpose. What steps can I take to realign? And this is a heavy hitter. So I've chosen the Circle of Doors Tarot and the Death Doula to look into these. So the Death Doula, they're both photography decks, kind of done in the same way with multiple exposures. Oh, I got the book in there. So this is this deck. And so I would pair this deck, or I've done this for myself multiple times for my own personal discovery. And I pair it with Circle of Doors. I am not going to do a reading on these two, because these take a lot of time to really tap into my intuition, to really see what the message is. They're a lot longer, but they work wonderfully together and are straight shooters and no BSers. So there's that. And then the next question that I picked from the 10 is, I have two paths ahead of me. How can I best choose the one that aligned with my highest good? So that one I thought would be a good combination to use. is the Tarot of the Goddess and the Mushroom Oracle. I don't even think I've used this one. I picked it up because it's so lovely. Oh, it's not, yeah, it's in order. So, here is this one. It's on linen cardstock. But I think the reason why I picked this for the two paths ahead of me is it's real soft. I feel like this would be nurturing, but at the same time be a true speaker. Again, I haven't used it for myself, so I'm not 100% sure, so maybe that's unfair of me to say. But I do feel, my gut is telling me that that is how that is. And this is the Mushroom Oracle. And I feel like these two go together very well. And that you could get some good readings for this question, which was, I have two paths ahead of me. How can I best choose the one that's aligned to my highest good? So, that is my choice for that. And the last one, I will do another reading just to close out this video. And that question is, what's blocking self-confidence and how can I begin to reclaim my power? So, this is kind of, I'm kind of taking advantage of this with Carla's tag to market myself, but I have no doubt she would not mind. So this is the kind of readings I am going to do, or most likely do, on my channel. This is the Mantra Oracle, and it pairs very well with the Sacerdote. I can never know how to say that. Tarot. I've had this for years. It's a very good one. Love it. This is one of my favorite death cards. So, and then there is some nudity in this one also. But I just feel like the color palettes really work together. So, we will start off with the Oracle. What is blocking my the current self-confidence? What is blocking current self-confidence? What is blocking the current self-confidence? I feel like it's this card. Take a higher perspective. So I think what's blocking their confidence is not seeing the big picture of what they do well, not dwelling too much on what they don't do well, and maybe trying to work a job or do a skill that they just, I mean, some things we are just not good at. I don't know how to make it more black and white. That's not good or bad. There's no value in that. There's no, I mean, you could try. I think there's a tremendous, like confidence that can be gained in trying, because you will make some effort. But sometimes we have to be honest with ourselves and look at the higher perspective and say, ultimately, am I that good at this? Is this something? I mean, I've had this experience where I wanted to be an artist. I, over a course of 4 years, have completely learned the skills, but I had to give up my dream and my confidence of being able to actually sell or be good enough. You know, I'm still working at it, but my confidence, I had to, so that I didn't get wrapped up in like the negativity of not being a sellable artist, I had to lean on the confidence that I have. And I would not tell the querent all this information, just so you know. But this is to give perspective on how I see this and why I see it like this. I would say to the querent something much more vague. But, I mean, that's just, to me, a fact is the higher perspective is this something that really is in me? Is this something that I think I want? Is this something that is doable, that I have the resources and the skills to do? And if not, what can I look to that I am best suited for? What can I use my abilities that I have either naturally talented or that I am able to care enough to hone in and make something? And that's what I would take from that card. And let's see. So if higher perspective, you know, seeing the bigger picture, really leaning into what you're good at, honing in on if you are good enough to, or you have the abilities to do what you really want to do. How do you reclaim that power? So how do you reclaim your confidence? How do you reclaim your confidence? How do you reclaim your confidence? Okay, so we got the Six of Pentacles, the Seven of Pentacles, and the Wheel of Fortune. So, just by progression, so sharing what you're sharing your knowledge, sharing your abilities, maybe tapping into somebody else that can help you learn what you need to learn, that can build you up. Sometimes we think we need to do things alone, and that's not always the case. Actually, it's probably rarely the case. So finding that common string, that common thread with somebody else who has like interest with you, and sharing their abundance and your abundance together to build that confidence. And then once it's built, definitely keep mastering it, keep honing it in, keep trying different things, finding who you are and what you're trying to do, what you want to accomplish. Find your special niche. Find where you are specifically good at it, because it could be something that, you know, 1,000 people are doing, but how are you special in it? So master that specialness within you. And then Wheel of Fortune, you know, you never know when something's going to go your way. It's telling me that to reclaim this power, you have to let go of some of the control. You have to let the wheel spin. You need to let the fates decide. Because when you control things too much, things get out of balance, I find. And that wheel cannot fully work if it's out of balance. So that's kind of what I would do. If you like this, please leave a comment below. And tell me if you see what I see, if you see something else. I'm always game to learn. Please like this if you liked what I said here and what I'm doing. And join my other channel. Again, it'll be linked below. It's Big Crone. I'm sorry, it's not big. It's Crone Energy Readings. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.